really astounding. These models here, the white ones and this little one here, these are prisoner of war models from the Napoleonic Wars. Now the period that these were built in was 1790 to 1815.
So these models here, how many years? I mean, how old are they? 200?
Approximately 200. And the story is, what happened, of course this is during the Napoleonic Wars. Britain was fighting France, among other people, but the British had captured many French sailors, and they put them in a prison in England. And the prison itself, at the prison, these prisoners developed an industry to build model ships and sell them to the British people. They were very successful at it. It turns out they were able to keep the money they made from the models. Some of them actually went home to France quite rich. Now, you'll notice that most of the models you see in here are white.
Yeah, different than the other models. These they're just white.
Now, these are made from the bones left over in their food. So these are made of beef bones or pork bones or whatever they were given to eat.
Leftover bones.
Leftover bones.
So when they had dinner,
exactly,
they saved their bones, and they made model ships.
Probably, clean them carefully and wipe them down and all that. It turns out we actually have seen the records from that prison, and each prisoner was given half a pound of meat a day, and in parentheses it says, including the weight of the bone. So they probably have a lot of bone they work with.
A lot of bones over there, yeah. Now, that really is incredible.
You're seeing 7 models here. Further back in the museum we have 2 more of this type. And this is the largest collection of this type of model on display in the United States. Now, we always tell a little bit the whole story on that. At Annapolis, they own more than 40 of these models. But we have them all displayed in one place where they have them spread around. So we claim the largest collection on display.
There you go, yeah. And that is incredible. And they're just beautiful too. And they made these by memory, I'm assuming.
That's a good point. Obviously, these are sailors. We assume they sailed on ships similar to this, but sure, there were no plans to work from. And it's great to picture a sailor sitting around working on this and say, remember, wasn't there about 3 feet, or whatever they would have called it, between the mast and that railing and all of that? They certainly would have known the number of guns and that sort of thing. It's a great picture of what was going on there. Now, this was a prisoner of war prison. These were not criminals, if you will. In those days, the officers were allowed to live outside the prison if they gave their parole. In other words, if they promised not to run away. So because we have a group of people outside the prison, we can see how this industry could develop, where they would find buyers, find materials, find tools. We don't know what in the world they use for tools, but it's really unbelievable.
It just became just a big industry.
Exactly, exactly.
Wow, that is quite impressive.
We have wonderful artwork throughout the museum.